So I haven't been on here in a while, and I hit I hit the finish button instead of the turn it around button. Oh my God. Sorry about that. So here we go again. Hi, I'm Tracy. It is Friday night, not Saturday night. Normally we do these on Saturday. We have an update to go over today. I have also a lot of new dogs. I went down to the border over the weekend, last weekend, and I picked up some of the most precious little things. I can't wait to show you. But it has been a really hard week. So I'm going to see who's jumping on, and I'm going to turn this around if I can figure out how to do it and not hang up on you. Hold on. There we go. So I'm going to let you guys look at a cute puppy while we see who's jumping on, so you don't have to look at my little Ugga-Mug. And we haven't named her yet, so yes, oh my gosh, she's precious. She really, really is. So for those of you that didn't know what happened, she had a huge abscess on her head, and it was from a bite. So the vet drained it, and it was like watching an episode of Dr. Pimple Popper. It was about a quarter cup filled with pus all in her head, which was causing her to have all that. She was swollen. Hi, Pat McKenna. Let's see who else is jumping on. Margie Butcher, and we have Patty Smith, Anthony, Carangella, Brenda Dersham. Let's see. Hi, Anne Marie. How are you? So we've got a couple things to go over. I'm going to just give it a minute and, see if we can get some more people on. There's Lorraine. And there's Corky. Say hi, Corky. How are you, Corky? You a good boy? Corky unfortunately tested positive for heartworm and tick disease. So sad. But he tested negative for Chagas, so that's a win. So we're going to celebrate the wins. That's what we do here. So far, so good with most of the pups. We do have Parvo in one of our kennels right now. So I have been, I got my fluid bag, and see, we got Parvo. Bless their little hearts. So this has been, it's a lot of work when you have Parvo. It's a really terrible, nasty virus. Oh, so we have a couple hundred people on. We're going to give it just a few more minutes, and then I'm going to start, because I've got a long night ahead of me. I have all these puppies in here I have to take care of, and Snuggles with this one, and this one, and lots of others. So, okay. So here we go. We've got 200 and looks like close to 230 on here. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Let's see here. Where's a good place to do this? So yeah, it's been a really, really, really hard week. Thank you for all the people that tried to console me when my little Chunya passed. I really don't want to go into it. It's still right here, but she's always going to be missed around here. Woody and I are pretty lost without her. And then we also lost Lady Sophia, which was that old dog that I got at the Weslaco shelter. Somebody brought that dog to the shelter in a carrier and said she's old, just turned her in. That's no place to take your old dog, people. She had to be humanely euthanized because she was in heart failure and struggling. But before I obviously drove home, y'all know that I was down in the city of Weslaco with a third grade class, teaching them about humane education and introducing them to vet care. So how many old dogs do you know that got to see a whole classroom of children before they passed to teach them something about proper vet care. So her life had a purpose. I was not going to leave her down there. Sometimes I just don't think people realize that environment is not where you take your old dog. If your dog needs to be humanely euthanized for quality of life issues, please hold him in your arms and do it. And you know, you've spent the dog's whole life. Yeah. So anyway, she's in a better place. She's not suffering anymore, and she got to leave this earth loved, not only by me, but all of you and a bunch of children. So it really I feel better about that. So, okay, so here's kind of the hard part. And I know I scared everybody the other day when I said we've had a major setback, and we have. But I'm not going to look at it that way, and I'll explain why. But there's a little bit of lead up into this. Yesterday, I was over in the Milton building. We always have a canine chorus here. And I can honestly tell you, I was looking around, and you all know I'm a crier, right? I wear my heart on my sleeve. Sometimes I can hold it back, sometimes I can't. And I don't know how we have done what we've done with that building. So I texted Rhonda and I said, Rhonda, I don't know how we've done this. And I said, I was overcome kind of, really with emotion, because as you all know, 3 years ago when the organization split, I was removed from Tracy's Dogs. Yes, it was an organization that I built from the ground up. I was removed from that organization by two people. My ex-husband, Scott Wyatt, and my ex-best friend, Carrie Bell Nelson. And they removed me from that group, and they said I resigned, but I didn't resign. Trust me, I didn't resign. But long story short, the building that I'm standing in right now, let me show you something. This building is Oliver's house. And you could throw a rock, hold on, to where I live. I live right over there in that little bitty cabin. It's about 1,000 square feet. And I have of course, Oliver's house is here, and this building is for sick dogs. Originally was designed to be a hospital for sick dogs and all of that, and a spay-neuter center, and now an educational center. So when they removed me from my organization, Tracy's Dogs, they sued me for this building. And they said that it belonged to them, and all they wanted from me was money. So they sued me, Tracy, of Tracy's Dogs, now Tracy's Paws, for the building behind my home, because they said it belonged to their rescue. So that's why I ended up having to pay them, because it's behind my house, right? And you've already paid for this building, all of our wonderful supporters. So the reason I'm bringing that up is because, when something like that happens, and they not only did it to me, they did it to Rhonda, they did it to all of you, they hurt the dogs, I could go on and on and on, and here we are 3 years later, and they won't even answer donors' requests for refunds, and their P.O. box is, doesn't exist anymore. And they refuse to answer questions about where's everybody's money, where's the assets, because they removed me, so they took everything. So when that happened, the universe doesn't like ugly, is all I gotta say about that. And so many people came to my side and Rhonda's side, and I'm also in the vet community. That's what I do for my day job, right? So I have a really good reputation in animal health. I've been doing it a long time. And so not only did the vet community stand by my side, but all of you and supporters, and it was, you guys came out of the woodwork. But there was a nonprofit organization called the Abandoned Pet Project that took a grant that was originally given to me when I was with the old group with my ex-husband Scott Wyatt and ex-best friend Carrie Bell Nelson, and they took that grant. It was for spay neuter, and because of my reputation and everyone knows my love for animals, and they moved that grant over to Tracy's Paws. So for the past 3 years, they have funded almost every single spay neuter surgery that we've done, not only here at Tracy's Paws, but some of the surrounding vet clinics in the area. So if you do the math on that dollar amount, we do about 350 to 400 dogs a year. That's about a $50,000 gift a year. They've been doing it for 3 years. Earlier, well, late last year, they shared with me they were having some funding issues, and they said you'll be funded through 2023, but we're giving you a heads up because 2024 we're probably not going to be able to continue because they don't have the funds. So last week, whenever I posted that, I got a kick in the shin that they had an unexpected issue with funding, and so we no longer have a spay neuter grant. And the reason, one of the reasons that building is up, when I really started thinking about it, yes, it's all of y'all, but it's also people like the Abandoned Pet Project. We did the big give, we cranked that. That gift, along with April and Sarah's gift, and all of the people that I worked with previously, like Robbie Cowley and Allison Wilson, Cresta Foster, and then all of the people that came up and stood by our side for the past 3 years, you guys have carried us. And like when I look at the last 3 years, it's literally been like a blur. So I don't even know how we've done this, but it's really hold on. I'm going to turn this around. Just for a minute. Hold on, maybe I'm not. I'm calming down. Sorry. But it's been a blur with just, I don't know how we did it. We just kept moving, right? We didn't stop. We didn't let what they did to us take away from this mission. So that building is going to be going up. And so what I did start doing over the past, was since they told me that we were going to not be funded in 2024, I have several people looking into some new opportunities for us. So I'm not looking at this, I'm looking at this as we are going to be able to move forward. There'll be new opportunities that come our way because now Tracy's Paws, me, Rhonda, and my team are going to have to function like all the other rescue groups have to function, and that is paying for spay neuter unless you have a grant. So this gift that this group gave me and all of us, I cannot thank them enough. So that and all of what we've done together, it's all of us. So all of these things somehow just came together, and I have no explanation for that, which is why I was texting Rhonda. I just don't know how we've done this. So, you know, I have no explanation still for, well, I shouldn't say that. I do have an explanation for why this all happened. As I said in my post, sometimes your life is totally and completely just, the rug is ripped out from under you, but you got to look at it as an opportunity. I didn't need those people in my life. I'm lucky I am not dead, is all I have to say with what those two people did. Scott Wyatt and Carrie Bell Nelson both had twisted agendas, and it had nothing to do with saving dogs. His agenda was money, and her agenda, she wanted to be me in a very unhealthy way. And as proof of that, she still is managing one of my Facebook pages that says my name on it. To me, that is creepy. So setting that aside, that's what happened. That's in the past. We have new opportunities now looking forward. We're going to have to start fundraising a little bit more, because you guys all know I hate fundraising. I don't like asking people for anything. And let's face it, people, everybody has a different opinion of money. Rhonda and I are very much on the same page. We just don't care about money. I don't wear jewelry. I don't have fancy cars. I'm not a shopper. I shop for dogs, right? But there are people that money to them, like if I write a $20 check, it's not going to hurt me. There are some people that can write a $100,000 check and it doesn't hurt them. So if you start seeing some like fundraising posts on here between now and the end of the year, we're going to try our best to make up for that spay-neuter grant loss in other ways. And if you can't do it like a monthly help in any way, please don't worry about it. There are some people that can help, and they can do it with ease. So for anybody that isn't able to, I can't stress enough, I love the fact that you're here with me, and you wouldn't be here if you didn't love dogs. So our hearts are all connected. So sometimes in life, just like for the past 3 years, you got to rely on people to carry you. And we've relied on all of you, the Abandoned Pet Project, the Win from April and Sierra. I could go on and on. Everything just aligned. And now we're kind of getting kicked out of the nest, right? And now we got to show the world what we can do as a group. And that's just the way it is. So, yeah. So I'm going to post something after the feed, just if you want to do a monthly donation between now and the end of the year, or a one-time thing. It would be so greatly appreciated. And if you can't, don't worry about it. We got the big give coming up. I think it's September this year. And I'm just going to have blind faith, because like I said, the past 3 years, I don't know how we did this, and I don't know how we're going to make up this money from this grant yet. I don't know how, but somehow I have faith that it is all going to work out. And that's, I think, all I'm going to say on that. I want to show you the new dogs. I'm sorry I started crying. It's been a hard week in so many ways. And I do try to only be uplifting on here, but I'm human. Sometimes so anyway, I'm going to show you these new dogs because this is truly what makes my heart just soar. I love these dogs with everything in my being. So hold on. There's nothing ever that's going to stop us either, by the way. Hold on a minute. Let's go take a walk around. Alrighty. So I already introduced you to Corky, and I've got to get a name for her, and she really, really does need a foster home. I'm just in love with her. I'm in love with all of them. Right, Corky? Are you a good boy? Oh, so cute. Okay, so these pups came in from the Weslaco shelter, and I'm watching all of them for Parvo because the whole litter was exposed. So we have 3 right now that have not shown any symptoms, and it's these 3. And then I have the 3 over here that'll be getting their fluids tonight and meds. We had our vet out last night, and they're not feeling well. Yes, and the big key with Parvo dogs is definitely fluids. So you got to keep them hydrated. So even at the onset of symptoms, even before you see diarrhea or vomiting, I can eyeball this stuff. You see it in the face. It's just almost like a depression. They look sad. So I tested them, and it was just starting. So I bubbled them up right away with fluids, and I think we got ahead of it. But you just never know with this stuff. I know my vets always share with me, clients are always saying, you know, what's their chance? What's their chance? You just don't know. These dogs came in from a shelter with worms and all kinds of things going on, which doesn't help them when they're fighting off a virus like Parvo. So we'll give it our best shot. If we get to a point where we feel like they're really declining, they will go in for hospitalization care. Right now, it's under control, so I'll keep you guys posted. Say a prayer for these little ones. I'll be up late. Okay, so I'm just going to show you the new ones tonight, only because I don't want to keep you too long, and it's already going on 8 o'clock. So this is Tootsie, and Tootsie has a little ouchie in her eye. She's a tiny little Chihuahua. She's about as sweet as they come. Hi, honey. That's little Tootsie. She's maybe 8 pounds. And she's not been a really big eater here, even though we've given her hamburger meat and all kinds of stuff. And then we have Ramona, and she's also a tiny little Chihuahua. She is a good eater and very, very underweight, though, and needs to gain some weight. Hi, little Ramona. And then we have Remy. Remy's another teeny tiny one, cute as a button. He's only about 8 pounds. He's got a little chewy he's chewing on. And by the way, thank you to everyone who sent these dogs treats from Live Like a Dog. You have no idea how nice it is to give them to them when they first come in. They think they've literally struck it rich because they get the donut beds, they get really good treats and food, and it's nice to be able to spoil them. So thank you. You know who you are for sending us all these treats. The dogs love them. Okay, so let's see. Now, this is Miss Priss, and let me tell you, she is a Priss. She's about a 16-pound, maybe little Yorkie, silky mix. And if you could believe, she was owner surrendered to the Westlaco shelter with all those puppies in there. I just showed you the ones that were in the runs that have Parvo. I don't know if she's the mom, but the home turned in her and all the babies. So, okay. And who's this? Oh my gosh. This is Fitch. And Fitch has an underbite. Oh my gosh. Hi, Fitch. Hi, Fitch. Look at that underbite. I could just smooch him. He is very, very underweight. And I'm going to show you our testing board because this group, oh my gosh, I had my fingers crossed when we did our heartworm testing. We have heartworm positive and tick illness here, but no Chagas this round. I got the Chagas results a couple days ago, and I was like, yes. So as you know, our group tests every dog for heartworm, tick disease, and Chagas. And if they have Chagas, we treat them with the Dr. Madigan protocol, which so far has been a total success. Dogs that complete that treatment will test negative after 1 year. If you're not sure what it is, you can go to the Tracy's Paws Rescue website and a lot of information on there. So hold on, here we go. We're going to continue with these newbies. And I've got some in the other room too. Oh, this is Tango. And I know that Tango came in groomed like this, and he also is heartworm positive. No microchip, and was picked up by animal control. And let me say this, guys. When you have a tiny dog like that running in a community with a lot of strays, it's dangerous. Not only could he have been hit by a car, but he could have been attacked by another dog. So there's a lot of new programs I'm seeing down in the border that I am totally against. And one is leaving stray dogs to roam on the street and not give them the help and services that they need, whether they're stray or owned by somebody. That's the streets of the Rio Grande Valley are not a good place to leave animals to fend for themselves. They get hit by cars, the females breed. Cute little dogs like this could get hit by cars, eaten by a bigger dog. A no-kill movement needs to care as much about the dogs inside the shelter as it does outside. That's the type of no-kill I want. I love all dogs. I don't care if they're in the shelter or not. So hold on. This is, come here, Missy. Look at this, guys. Oh, that's me. Hold on. This is Pancake. Hi, Pancake. She's a pug mix. Look at this. Oh, she, believe it or not, this little girl tested positive for Lyme disease, and we do not have the right, host for Lyme disease in the state of Texas. Now, I've seen a couple cases of it, so it's either moving gradually up north, or she may have traveled to the Northeast at some point with her owner and picked that up. Or we're having some changes down there. So let's hope we don't start seeing an infiltration of Lyme disease. This is maybe the fourth one I've seen, and it's not a big deal to treat. It's treated with doxycycline, so our vet's got her on that. It's 30 days, and she's not showing any signs of it, but she's been exposed, so we treat. And this is Patsy. Hi, Patsy. Patsy was so emaciated when she came in, and she's doing so well here. Such a nice, nice girl. Little Patsy. Okay, and who's this? Oh, this is Garfield, and I'm going to tell you, Garfield's like a Corgi Doxy mix. He's like one of the most friendly boys, and he does not want to be in a crate. He wants to be in your lap. He's a busy guy with big ears. He loves everybody. I think he'd do really well in just about any home. I love him. All right, Garfield. And then who's this? Oh, this is our sweet, oh, wait a minute. That's Kellogg. Kellogg's a little Chihuahua. And Kellogg also is tested positive for heartworm. We had a lot of heartworm positives this last time, guys. And treating heartworms here is very reasonable in our state. In the state of Texas, our vets see heartworm disease as common as they see fleas. So we like to treat them here because we can do it very reasonably for about $250 a dog. And if I had to send these dogs north to be treated, it's much more expensive. So, but even putting that aside, heartworm disease is much easier to prevent, and it's less expensive to prevent than it is to treat. The treatment's not fun. So the monthly pill, there's a lot of different options. You can do a monthly pill. They even have injections now. So talk to your veterinarian about what's right for you. But again, you need to keep your dog on heartworm prevention. All states in the U.S. have mosquitoes, and that's how they get it. So, and don't tell me your dog doesn't go outside, or you have a gated community, or I've heard some stories from my veterinarians that have literally, I've been doubled over laughing at some of the things people tell these people, the vets, as to why they don't want to keep their dog on heartworm prevention. It's really quite comical. And it's education. You need to read up on it. If you Googled heartworm disease on YouTube, or heartworm extraction, and saw what it looks like, you would never miss a monthly dose of heartworm prevention, or however you want to do the injection or pills. You'd never miss it again. Go Google that. It's not anything you want your dog to have. And this is Axel. He's a cute, just sweet little, look at him. Hi, sweetie. Puppy dog eyes, and he's got a little white strip on the back of his neck. Hi, very nice. Are you a good boy? I know. He says, I want to go live with somebody else. I don't want to live in the rescue. They get out 4 or 5 times a day, and we keep them crated inside, guys, when they're inside, so we can have some control here. Because can you imagine if all of them were running around? And one thing I did notice about Axel, I don't know if you could see it, but he's got a kind of a overbite. Looks like a mako shark. Look at that face. Yes, and he needs to get his nails cut. So when he goes to get neutered, we'll get his nails done. And then we have Gremlin. Now, Gremlin has double cherry eye, which our vet will remove those when he's neutered. He's about 18 pounds. He looks like just a stocky little Chihuahua. Cute as a button, too. Cute as a button. Very nice dog. Okay, now I'm going to show you some of the bigger, well, they're not bigger, but bigger than these that I got. And hopefully this will not drop. Wait till I show you guys these 3 new ones. Okay. Alrighty, there's Daphne. And that's Colby. And this is Bowser. And he's got a treat. Hi, Bowser. Now, Colby, I will tell you, this poor dog, he's the nicest boy, but we noticed that he has, I think he may have a hip injury or some sort of injury to the back end. So he's going to need x-rays when he goes in. And he also has a tick illness. Let me show you the board. I'll show you what we have going on right now medically. And this is another reason, if you so feel inclined to support Tracy's Paws. We have, all of these dogs right here have some sort of either a tick illness or heartworm disease. And again, I said we had one Lyme disease, but that's heartworm. AP is anaplasmosis. EC is Ehrlichia. So these are all things that are expensive to treat. And then we have 3 right now on Chagas meds, which is also very costly. And we are not going to compromise any of our care. We are just going to, maybe we're going to have to do a little bit more fundraising to keep things moving along. But our phase 2 of the Milton is going to be done, I'm going to say late August. And then we will campaign for phase 3. And we're looking for grants for 2024 because it's too late right now to probably get anything spay-neuter wise for 2023. But I promise, guys, we're going to get this done. We've gotten this far, and I have full confidence in myself, my team, and everybody watching and that supports us. So we could not do this work without you. And I'll take any questions that you have before I go. I don't want to keep you too long, but I will let you stare at a dog instead of my face. And if anybody does have any questions, let's see here. Look at this little one. Look at her. Yeah, and the questions are always come in like out of line, so I can't really see. So somebody, have you heard from Yuli? I have not heard from Yuli in a while, but I go into the vet clinic where she works, and I have checked on her, and she's doing fine. That was probably about a month ago. So it's been a while. Oh, Kristen Barrows says that Buster, yes, Buster got adopted, everybody. Our sweet Buster. And then Gail wants to know how Harlow is doing. She's doing good. We moved her to another group, and she's been doing a lot better. And it's good to kind of change her routine to get her used to different things, and she's coming along. Beverly wants to know, will Ansira do another campaign? This I do need you guys to hear because it's kind of funny. April Ansira is running another contest, but we don't qualify because we just won this last year. So one of our supporters said, do you think that April would change her mind if all of the Lions wrote her a letter? I was like, don't do that to her. It was kind of funny, but no, she needs to help other groups, and we can't hog it all, right? We're going to, guys, something? We're going to have to get her done like everybody else does. We've been so blessed over the past 3 years. you know, nothing's ever easy, right? Like I said in my post, nothing's ever good forever and nothing's ever bad forever. So if things are coasting along, enjoy it, but just know something's going to goop and it's going to go back up. So I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to do it. I'm not a quitter, as you could probably tell. You could kick me 10 feet under and I'm not going to quit. I will come back clawing and scratching, and no, that word quit is not in my vocabulary. So you don't fail if you don't quit. You have to keep moving, even on days that you don't, want to get out of bed. That's the only way I can put it. And I'm very fortunate because I have all of you. I have these dogs. That's like what gets me going. So hold on. I want to just make sure I'm not missing anything. Do you ever see Edward? I heard from Edward's family a couple months ago, and he's in, of course, my educational look at her. What do you have there? Hold on. You got a piece of fuzz. She's got an itchy. Oh. Lisa Carl said that you are correct. It's always chaos before the calm. Stay positive. Things will fall into place, and you have a ton of people behind you. If you knew how comforting that is to me, I appreciate each and every one of you more than I can ever express with my words. Rhonda and I both do. My whole team does. So yeah, thank you. Now Tracy Carter wants to know, how much do you need for the spay neuter? Well, so, if you do the math on what that group did, if I figured $125 a dog and we rescue $350 to $400 a year, it's about $50,000 a year that group just graciously gifted us and enabled us to get on our feet. Because, again, with what happened, we started with zero. So between now and the end of the year, we're just going to have to do a little bit of fundraising. We do have some people that are able to help with monthly spay neuters. And if you can, please do. If you can't, it's okay. So like anything in life, you got to sometimes lean on people that are that can do it, and you push through it. We're going to push through it. So I'll post something, and for anybody who wants to help, you can. So hold on. Let's see my little Parvo babies. Let's see. Kenna says, I hope that when you're finished, you sit down and read through the comments. It would make me feel so much better. I know. Yes. Y'all are wonderful. Rainbows come out after the rain. Yes. Every time there's a storm, guys, you know that it's paving the way. When this passes, you watch. There's going to be new opportunities from all of the folks right now that are looking for these new grants and everything. We really haven't been doing this hot and heavy for the past 3 years because we've been spoiled. We've had we've had just a slew of good luck. Maybe the universe was making up for the fact that we got kicked in the shins, and I mean like kicked hard in the shins. So I don't know. I know there's still a group of people that are trying, to hopefully get, some of the assets back that they took from us. But I'm not hopeful. I'm not hopeful at all. But I do think that they will be held accountable for it. And that can't come from me. That's going to come from all of you, the people behind that, and maybe the IRS or the Attorney General, So, yeah. Let's see. So, Tina says, since I couldn't vote for Tracy's Paws. Yeah, Tina, absolutely. And if you, there's a lot of good groups that are competing with April's new contest. So, I may go on there and vote too. There's several of them. There's a lot of folks that do good work. Hi, honey. I'm going to come in there in a minute. Poor babies, right? Alrighty, let's see. So we got some, I think that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Again, I love all of you, and I will be back on next week. I actually have a work function tomorrow morning, so I'm going to be gone from early morning until Sunday. And yeah, so we're getting the van filled up for our trip to Leesburg, Virginia on May 18th. I'll be making that run. Well, we're leaving on the 18th. We deliver on the 20th. I'll be making that run with Katie Worth and with a gentleman from the border that's going to help me drive. Because you guys all know I'm worthless on the drive, so I sleep. Okay, guys, on that note, I'm going to go. I love all of you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.